What's up, Big Wrist Syndicate? It's your boy Joey, back with another video. And on today's episode of watches that actually fit without cutting off blood flow, today we're talking about the Steeldive SD1961, a watch that made me say, damn Seiko, you seeing this? Because your clone is thriving. Now, before anybody gets dramatic in the comments, yes, this thing is a full-on samurai lookalike. Not an homage, not a reinterpretation, not a remix. This is the Seiko Samurai's twin brother who grew up shopping on AliExpress and learned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So let's get into it. All right, real quick. The Seiko Samurai dropped as part of Seiko's Prospects line, known for those sharp origami on steroids case angles. Tooly, chunky, recognizable from across the room. Then Seiko blessed us with the SRPF03, black dial, orange accents, the kind of watch that makes you feel like a man who survives on beef jerky and discipline. Cool, enough history, this isn't the PBS. So here's what Steeldive cooked up. A 44mm case with those sharp samurai style angles, just under 49mm lug to lug, about 13mm thick, sapphire crystal because value for money is the whole Steeldive personality. It has the NH36 movement with the day date right there at 3 o'clock. It has a 120 click unidirectional bezel with vintage style font, a screw down signed crown with killer knurling, stainless steel bracelet with milled signed clasp. You know what you're getting. There we go, trying to get that angle right, boy. It's got 6 micro adjustments. The case back standard sign. Focus camera. There we go. The same stock shit stank. Steeldive logo on the back, screw down, case back. A Lume that absolutely refuses to quit. All right, let's talk real world wrist time. First, the price. I love a watch that punches way above its weight class. This thing hits like a middleweight with heavyweight dreams. You get so much bang for your buck, it feels borderline disrespectful. The finishing is superb. Those case angles, sharp enough to file your taxes with. The watch has real weight to it, but it's not cumbersome. It feels like a proper tool watch. And yeah, on an FKM rubber strap, it will lose some weight, but on the bracelet, it still sits right. Styling, vintage bezel font, love it. Case design, that aggressive angular samurai look is one of my favorite silhouettes in the game. The applied indices are bold and extremely legible. No squinting, no guessing. You could read this dial underwater, half awake, mid-dream, and still know what time it is. The NH36 movement, reliable, durable. The Honda Civic watch movements run forever. Day-day complication is just clean. The Lume, fantastic. Legit glows through the night like it drank a gallon of radioactive Mountain Dew. The orange pip glows like a distress beacon. The red second hand with a Lume dot is clutch for visibility. Bezel and crown knurling, perfect. Easy grip, even with wet hands, gloves, butterfingers, whatever. Clasp, milled, signed, solid. Not crazy premium, but secure. Bracelet fit, out of the box it could fit a 10-inch wrist, and that's wild. I had to remove several links to get it onto my close to 9-inch wrist. Steeldive, respect. All right, time for my bitches and moans, because we need to be honest here. This watch is basically a 1-to-1 copy of the Seiko Samurai SRPF03. Like, Steeldive didn't even pretend. They didn't add a flourish. They didn't add any sauce. They didn't modify a numeral. They didn't change the dial texture. They didn't even tweak a lug. They said print, paste, ship. I couldn't find any real reviews online. None. Went to YouTube, crickets. So I went to Reddit, and Reddit said, yeah, bro, that's an homage. Homage? This is not an homage. This is identity theft. And look, usually I base my purchases on size, styling, and budget. These three are my holy trinity, and this watch hit all three. But the originality, it's in witness protection. Do I recommend it? Yes, with a caveat. If you're shopping on a budget and want the samurai aesthetic without spending big money, this thing rips. Great specs, great look, great execution. But here's the thing, the real Seiko Samurai is only a few $100s more, not thousands more. Seiko is not Rolex. You're not paying luxury markup, you're paying brand authenticity. So here's my take. If you can stretch to the Seiko, get the Seiko. But if you can't, the Steeldive SD1961 is a very solid stand-in that you will absolutely enjoy. Sorry for the interruption, but y'all check out what this dude had to say about my unboxing of this watch. Check out old douche canoe here. He is definitely part of the Limp Wrist Syndicate. And what a fucking clown. For you to let them thumbs go at midnight thinking I wasn't going to catch it, you, boy, you are sadly mistaken. Because, but I'm glad you feel better. I'm glad you got that little rant off, because you have zero content. I don't see you making watch reviews. If you do, please upload it and tag me so I can watch it and I will rip that shit apart. But I got a little something for you. So check this out. That's crazy. I looked all around my property and I didn't see anywhere where I asked for your opinion. So if you're part of the Big Wrist Syndicate and you've watched me, or you just joined, or if you're part of the Big Wrist Syndicate, do me a solid. Go find that dude's comment on that video and let him absolutely have it. Because if you enjoy my content, tell this dude to shut the fuck up. If he ain't got nothing nice to say, shut the fuck up. Clearly, this dude is probably raised by a single mom who never got his ass beat by his daddy for being disrespectful, because I have seen thousands of videos. I have watched thousands of watch reviews. Some of them have absolutely fucking sucked. But you know what? I don't leave a bad comment. Why? Because why should I? You know what I do? I hit the like button. I don't leave a comment. I hit a like button because you know what? I took the time to watch that person's video. They are trying. You, on the other hand, you probably live in some liberal ass state. You know, don't even get me into it. I don't want to even get started. But enjoy your time here, because as soon as this airs on Friday, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna block you, delete your comment, and you can fuck right off. So, because at the end of the day, I'm still a 6'6", 295-pound man who is versed in jiu-jitsu, who is versed in Muay Thai. I have a 74, 76 inch reach. You would never touch me in real life, but I sure as hell could touch you, and I would fold you like a cheap lawn chair from Temu. So keep that same energy if I ever see you. Actually, I'm traveling in March from Jacksonville to Tennessee for a car show. If you're anywhere along that 75 corridor headed up to Tennessee, let me know where I can meet you, and I will promise you I will let you have a meet and greet, because I'm all about dishing out equal rights and lefts. But this is the end of today's episode. Y'all stay saucy, keep it funky, and I'm out. Peace.